Hello Rage Squidders, this is Greggs and welcome to Ark Survival Ascended. Now, I made a right boo-boo with this video. I had a really nice before and after comparison sorted, and yeah, I went on the premise of Unreal Engine 5.2 with ASA at the start, get some nice metrics, but then I realised I'd capped the game at 60 FPS, which is a noob mistake. Now, the release has dropped. I'm stuck on 5.5, so what I'm going to do is just give you a quick impressions of how it feels, how it performs, the benefits, and also, more importantly, stability. So let's go look at the settings we are using. So there's a few bells and whistles being added to this update. There's also a few bells and whistles that have been added a long time ago, which I didn't realise because it's been a while since I played Ark. So, if we go under video, before I had this selected, so I was locked at 60 FPS, which is not what we want. I'm going to try and run natively. I don't want any DLSS, I don't want any frame gen. So, I'm going to start at that and then sort of work up the settings just to get a nice balance of performance and stability. The game has been notorious for crashing when using frame gen. I'm not sure how it affects AMD GPUs, but on my experience and other people's experience with Nvidia cards, it's an absolute shit show. It's a total crapshoot as to whether the game will crash or not. Graphics have set to epic. A new setting they've made to this, or they've added to this, is the option of the performance only profile, the preset, which is nice for people who want to scale back the eye candy in favour of performance. Also quite handy for PvP players as well, who need all the performance they can get for those high octane intense PvP battles. Advanced, I don't think there's anything new under here. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a while. Yes, motion blur off, light bloom off because it's very distracting, and everything else seems to be good to go. So let's start a single player solo game. So as you can see, we've got 4 remastered maps to choose from. I'm going to go with the island because I think that was the most problematic map because it was the first map that was released with ASA, so we're going to go with that. We'll go for a non-dedicated session so we can cheat ourselves a bird just so we can fly around. Also, save backups is a nice addition to the game, so if you do crash you've got a backup to fall on, which is very nice. Hopefully we'll won't get any crashes, but if it's a case you are crashing, at least you can try and avoid losing hours of work. So here we go. So right, let's go non-dedicated, accept that. We are going to get a cinematic, I think. So yeah, as you can see, metrics at the top left. How's this? So how does this feel? Still, that actually feels a lot better. This screen used to be really, really laggy. Again, I'm running at 4K ultra detail, so yeah, but that feels a lot better, which is good. Only getting 39 FPS, mind, but it does feel a lot better. So we'll just go with our character and we'll go to the south part of the island.
Are you the one I've been waiting for?
Nope. And I don't want to hear Bob's Tall Tales either, thank you. So we've got 967 FPS. Ah. Okay. Right. So as you can see, the frames are still very, very unstable. Very fluctuation-esque. They do fluctuate, yeah. So without frame gen, without DLSS, getting mid to high 30s, which isn't great. So it just shows how much this game depends on frame generation and upscaling, which is crazy. Is it playable? So look what we got here. So let's cheat ourselves a cheat and get ourselves a birdie. Let's have a bit of a fly around, see what it gives. So we've still got the noise effect glitch with the clouds. I'm not showing what the hell that is. Didn't look nice, whatever it was. Let me double check my settings. Yeah, it's not great, is it? So I'm guessing that means it's in engine. So it's doing it on software, maybe, I don't know. Frame gen, so it has got frame gen on. Oh god. Let's turn it off. Let's kill our machine. Okay. There's one thing I'm noticing straight away. So we've flown quite a little bit. No shutters. Which is a huge improvement. But obviously, frame rate isn't fantastic. I mean, this is playable. So I don't play PvP, so I don't need the sort of no scope 360 fucking high octane frame rate that PvP players need. But yeah, we can make things better, can't we? There's supposed to be some visual improvements, but I'm not seeing or noticing anything strikingly different here. So let's tweak. Let's tweak. So if we go to DLSS for our upscaling, and we'll set it to balanced, I think. Alright, save. So it's wanting me to reset the game. So I shall do that. I'll restart the game and we'll be right back. We are back and we have DLSS set balanced, and we've got frame generation set as well. So you can see frames are a lot better. Not consistent. I don't think that's possible. Not on PC anyway. And yeah, a lot better. Obviously you still got the noise with the dynamic cloud system, but I'm not sure if you can avoid that, to be honest. I don't know. What do I know? So yeah, this is feeling a lot better. No stutters, no freezing, no crashing. No crashing at the moment, which is good. Didn't get any crashing when I quit the game, which is not what happened before. We're getting consistent crashing, and also it quits the game a hell of a lot quicker as well, and releases it from memory a lot quicker, which is nice. I think this patch is going to impact consoles the most, you know, because PC you can dial back a lot of the detail just to sort of get the best performance. So I think I might actually, I've got a PS5 Pro, so I might check it out on PS5 Pro, see if there's any improvements. I expect there will be, which will be a huge deal for the console people, which is nice. And as you can see, so far things are looking good. So I've not been in this area before. This is a completely new save file, which is good. It looks like the caching or the shader warming or whatever, if there is any, I think it happens when you spawn for the first time, because you can tell it's doing something because it's really struggling, and you can see all the stuff loading in. So might be a clever way of disguising it. But this has definitely made a huge difference to the game, which is good. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, like I said, this would have been a lot more in-depth video I would have done of a before and after with UE 5.2, which is what the game launched on, and this 5.5 update, but I messed it up, so that's my bad. But just take it from my experienced that 5.2 was definitely a problem build. This seems to be a lot better. In fact, there's no seems to be about it. It is definitely a lot better. I've not seen a single hitch since I've been flying around. Fantastic. Also, apparently one feature they've added to the dinos is, as you can see, the tortoises are actually looking at things, so the heads are moving. Which is an interesting addition. It wasn't the kind of thing I'd probably never even noticed if it wasn't mentioned, but it's nice to see they're actually looking at the finer details. The game's got a ton of 10-year anniversary content. There's a load of new building additions, so a load of building foundations and blocks and doors and God knows what, especially for the thatch, which is interesting. Oh, look at this, beautiful. I do love Ark. I just hope they continue to make good decisions and not fuck it up, because they haven't had the best track record. I mean, let's hope this bolsters the player base, because I think it is dwindling a little bit since they moved away from AC. This is a bit of a purpley pinky area. Is that right? The lighting, or is it a glitch? But yeah, no doubt this is a huge improvement on performance. 100%. Which I'm fine with. It's alright having fancy graphics, but if the game runs like dog shit and it's unstable, it's completely useless. But looks like they've fixed it finally. Very good. Now, let's get 5.6 done. Let's get some really cool stuff showing, like the new foliage system, which I think, no, that ain't going to happen, is it? Not for a few more years, if at all. Obviously, it was a major undertaking for them to get this done. I think it took them over a year to get this sorted out, so I imagine it's not as straightforward as people think. So yeah, there we go. Ark Survival Ascended 5.5 Unreal Engine upgrade. Looks to have fixed the things that piss me off about Ark, apart from the obvious stuff like old code and shit that was evident in ASE, but what can you do? It's there. You either play it or you don't. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Have you tried this out? Does it work for you? Are you reaping the benefits of extra performance? Oh, some fog creeping in there, look, that's cool. Nice. So yeah, I'm going to test this out online as well, because I think it is a different beast from playing it locally with no other players running around, no other structures and stuff, no other interactions, so it could be a night and day difference, but I'll probably do a separate video on that. Might get my buddy Blackbeard to join me on some adventures again and relive the glory days. But anyway, enough babble. Have a great weekend, catch you later. Thanks again for the support. Nearly at 2k, let's get there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.